Hello, good evening guys, it's Dragagon again. In this video we're gonna go through some changes that's coming to 14.0 when finally the game goes in 40.0 and live. We've been waiting for a long time for this patch. We had some delay as well to handle, but that's finally going to end now because it's finally coming, stated here below, down below, 30th of March, which is literally in about 3 days from now. Now, anything that is saying in this post can be wrong and could be changed accordingly over time and so on and forth. So this is basically saying that whatever is saying in here might as well not have been written ever, and it's just some reading material we can go through. Heroes of Sarnau. In addition to the new plot and change in the various classes' performance, you will see some changes in the character gearing system in the upcoming update. We try to rework the current system, making it more interesting and diverse. They did explain a lot of changes in the previous post. We're gonna cover that in a bit. We'll just continue this. Changes in obtaining second rank equipment. So this is basically tier 2 equipment. Minor changes will affect the creation of second rank equipment. In the 40.0 update, the amount of materials required to craft a piece of equipment will be reduced. Additionally, you can use amalgam, enchanted dust, and enchanted material to make new material used for creating third rank equipment. Changes in obtaining the third rank equipment. In 40.0 update, the way of obtaining the third rank equipment will be completely redesigned for the better. Now you will obtain it by upgrading the existing equipment of tier 2. So right now, current version, we have tier 3 only dropping. We get it as drops from Melting Islands, you get it as drops from Naiha's Raid, you get it as drop from Uroboros and Suslanger, you get it as drop from Battle of Ambrosia in Eden. It always drops. Uroboros and Eden is super random drop. Lucky players just simply get the drop and that's it, for contributing close to nothing. You could just touch Uroboros once and then AFK nearby, you could still get the tier 3 item. You could just stand AFK in Eden, deliver a few points and get the shoulder as well. So basically no contribution is required to get strongest equipment of the game. And for Naiha's Citadel and Melting Island, well, you have to do your best there, but it was a horrible system, horrible system. It's a lot better now in 40.0. I appreciate it more because they're going to reward more your effort that you put in the game, and they're going to basically force you to actually play the game in order for you to become better by getting the tier 3 equipment. There will be no more random lucky drops. This can be done with the help of special scrolls. They can be crafted on an anvil with a new material obtained after defeating powerful opponents at Naiha's Citadel, and special items obtained in various in-game activities. Scrolls will be divided into 4 types. So you're gonna get scrolls for helmets, for weapons, for shoulder rings and bracers, and then there's gonna be scrolls that covers all the other items, pieces. Depending on the scroll type, they will drop in various activities. For example, so we go for the weapon scrolls. You need to collect 5 items that drop for each member of the raid after defeating the last mighty opponent of Naiha's Citadel, Mirak in the current version. Unlike other scrolls, it is not consumed upon use. So basically, you need to collect 5 items. This will be a item in the game that's going to be dropping, much like we have the symbols right now that drop from Mirak victory symbols or tokens, Avior tokens, and Heedless tokens. It's going to be the same thing, and you need to make with those tokens the items, which is referred here, items. It will be whatever name, and when you finally get 5 of them in total, you'll be able to craft your weapons, your one-hander, your offhand, and your two-hander, because they're not consumed upon use. Your limit will be having your tier 2s ready, and your amalgam and your enchanted dust, I believe. So that means that everybody at the raid progress at the same time, because everyone's getting the same amount of currency, unless, well, no, right now in the current version it's also everyone getting the same amount, so that's the same thing. Moving on to shoulders, rings, and wrists, you need to collect 5 items of them as well, and they drop for everyone after defeating the other bosses and Naiha's Citadel. So boss number 1 and 2 drop materials that you need for shoulder, ring, and wrists. Boss number 3 drops materials that you need for the weapons. Moving on to the helmet, which is now only dropping from Uroboros. You need to collect 3 of these items that can be obtained by defeating powerful opponents in Observatory on normal and hard during the Uroboros hunt, battle for Ambrosia, and for Mountain Island currency. So basically this is going to be lots of sources to get your helmet done, and you only need 3 compared to the other needing 5. But for the rest of the scrolls, you need to collect the same items as for the helm scroll. You will need 10 of them. So basically the rest of the scrolls and the helm scrolls use the same scrolls, so that's why the most of the content is covering it. To craft the helmet you need only 3 of them. To craft all the other items you need 10 per piece. So if you want to make your legs, you need to get 10 of these. You want to make your feet, you need to make 10 of these, and so on. In addition to the other changes, 3rd rank equipment will now have a set of stats similar to 1st and 2nd rank items, and can be modified with insignia of attack and defense. So finally you'll be able to change your stats on your tier 3 armor. Now I thought this was going to make you way too powerful and they would have to do a lot of scaling to do this, but they somehow actually managed to scale it pretty well down, and you're not going to be as powerful as you think you might be compared to now. They're actually going to make you deal less damage as you are now, because it's a new patch. They're going to be reducing the vigor that you get from your armor a lot, so that it all comes down, you know, realistically. So you'll be able to change stats on 3rd rank equipment, which is perfect. Unlike lower tier items, 3rd rank items will add extra stats to the character. In order to get them, you will need to wear a 3rd rank helmet. So basically every tier 3 item you have equipped is going to give extra stats to the character, only if you have your tier 3 helmet, which is why you want to craft this probably, and it's also the cheapest one to craft first, so that when you craft the other items they're going to give you your usual stats as you're used to, plus some extra bonus stats. Additional stats on the helmet can be changed independently by using a new type of insignia, which can be crafted at the anvil. This insignia has a lifespan of 7 days. You can choose one from a range of stats such as luck, fury, sustainability, endurance, conviction, or willpower. These are basically the stats that are now the random plus 10 or plus 5, I believe, on every tier 3 item. Each 3rd rank equipment piece you acquire will add plus 10 to the selected stat on your helmet. So for every tier 3 item you will have equipped, you're going to add 10 extra of the stat that you pick on your helmet. So your helmet is going to be able to pick the 3rd random stats that you would have right now, and then for every item piece tier 3 you have equipped extra, it's going to add 10 to that. Basically, for if you're free to play, is the same as your stat pages, and you have that one that increases your vigor for each stat page. You're going to increase that stat on your helmet for each tier 3 you have equipped. So for gearing, this is a very good system. I really like this system. It's a lot better than the current one. It's going to reward players more. It's going to, well, not reward slackers more. It's a good system in that regard. I'm not going to make another video on what to prepare for or what to watch out for the next update. Now I will link here in the top right of my corner is going to be a link to the video from Lucy. She made a very well explained, thorough video about what to do to prepare for 40.0 in order to maximize your, you know, not to lose anything that you might want to lose or could lose, so that you are as well as prepared as you can be for 40.0. That's everything for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something new about 40.0. Hope you're as excited as I am, because I really can't wait for the new patch, start playing again, and actually see people. See you guys next time. Have a good evening. Goodbye.